And we are back continuing our look at emerging trends for 2021. And I have, hi there, Maaria Tanveer. Hello.
Hi, Rose.
Very, very exciting. And I'm excited about this because if you ask me to pick my emerging trend, this is it. Gelatin flowers, but don't turn off. Just because I said gelatin, because we're working with special vegetarian gelatin, aren't we? Isn't this the Bakersville fantastic vegetarian product?
Yes, Rose. So today we're working with the gelatin cake trends which are going on, but we're using 100% vegetarian gelatin, this fabulous product by Bakersville, which I don't know, it's like a game changer for people who don't use the regular, animal gelatin. So it's fantastic.
Well, you say gelatin, and this is such a big trend, and it's going to get even bigger next year. The transparency of the gelatin, the fact that you can make flowers, you can make cakes, and you can make them see-through, and it's just that effect is amazing. But people automatically turn off because it's gelatin. So this way, even though it's a little bit tricky, and you're going to work us through it so we can all do it, it's a way that everybody can take part. I'm really excited about this. Not even lying.
Absolutely. I think, this is a real game changer. And it really took a while for me to get the proportions right. कि कितना पानी डालना है, कितना, gelatin use करना है. But once I got it, I think it was really, really, fantastic product.
Yeah,
to you.
And this is what we want. We want you to do the hard work so we can copy you, and it's nice and easy. So when we say it's tricky, it's not for you. It was for Maaria, but it won't be for you. So where are we going to start, Maaria?
Yeah, so we start by making, the petal shapes first. So I'm using a 24 gauge floral wire. You need something which is very, very thin and flexible, like so. You can use any color, brown, green, red, depending on what look you're going for. And I'm also using some floral petal cutters, just the regular. You can use plastic, you can use metal, steel, anything you have. And obviously the shape will depend on what kind of flower you're going for. Okay, so I'll just show you quickly how to shape these wires. So you take these wires and put it around the shape of the cutter. So you have a nice exact petal shape, and you twist it around, and there you go. Easy peasy.
See, I mean, if you don't know, you don't know, but now we know. That is easy. Fantastic.
Yeah. And I'll quickly show you how to make a leaf. So you take the same wire. I'm taking a rose petal mold, and this time I'm having a longer tail here. I'm going to twist it like I did for the flower petals, and then take this up and twist it again on top so that I have this veil in the center, and then shape it. So this is your leaf. Yeah, so leaf banane ke liye same wire I'm taking, and I'm using the half of the wire in the middle, and इसको अच्छे से पकड़ के twist it जैसे हमने flower के petal पे किया है same way, और फिर ये extra bit जो है उसको ऊपर लेके जाइए और उसको यहाँ से twist करके make it secure and shape, लीफ का शेप बना दीजिए. इस तरह कोई भी पेटल, कोई भी लीफ, चाहे पॉइंटेड लीफ हो या राउंड लीफ हो, आप आसानी से बना सकते हैं. So next I'm going to make the gelatin mixture. So I'm having an induction stove. आप आपके गैस स्टोव पे भी बना सकते हैं, no problem. So I'm taking some drinking water. आप ये ध्यान रखिए कि आपका पानी बिल्कुल क्लियर हो और साफ हो. So I'm taking 1 cup of water. और मैं बेकर्सविले का वेजिटेरियन जेलेटिन ले रही हूँ 1 teaspoon. So it's 1:1. ये proportion है 1 cup of and 1 teaspoon of the gelatin. Vegetarian gelatin की ये खासियत है कि you have to cook it to activate the gelatin properties. Okay, जैसे normal gelatin है, you just soak it in water and let it bloom and then microwave it and then it's ready to use, right? But vegetarian gelatin ऐसा नहीं है. आपको इसको अच्छी तरह से 2 से 3 मिनट तक पानी में या whatever product you're using, आपको उसको पकाना है. Only then will it activate the gelatin properties, वरना नहीं होगा. So I'm just letting it mix nicely and let it come to a nice boil. And then it's ready to use. So I'm just letting the water boil nicely and activate this vegetarian gelatin and make sure there are no lumps. So that will take just about a minute or so. और ये ध्यान रखिए आपका पैन है वो जो hard bottom pan हो. Don't use a पतला वाला pan because then you'll have to keep, you know, it will वो नीचे से दाग पकड़ लेगा. So as you see, just look here, all the lumps have almost dissolved, and you see the water is starting to become clear. So this is what you want. Another minute or two, and it's ready to use. So gelatin is cooked. I'm going to add some gel food coloring. आप कोई भी color use कर सकते हो. There is no limit at all. Liquid colors मत use करिए और powder colors भी मत use करिए because it's very difficult to dissolve. It's very difficult to dissolve. So gel colors always recommended. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start dipping our petals. Now we have to gauge. So this is a little too hot. So it's not going to work now. So just about a minute or so, you dip your prepared wires and slowly lift it up. You have to be extremely slow here. So can you see this?
Very fine. It's really slim. Does it sometimes?
Yeah. So this is a test to see the color. So the color is really pale. Yeah. So I'm going to add a little more color to darken it. आप 2 बार 3 बार dip करोगे तो आपका ये जो layer है gelatin का, it will become thicker and stronger. So I'm going in again with the same petal and very gently lifting it up. Now can you see a little more color?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is okay if this is the look you're going for. It almost looks like glass.
It does.
Yeah. So, but I want a little more darker shade. So I'm going in with some more color.
And does it presumably get thicker as it cools down a little bit?
Yes. That's what I was saying. Even without refrigeration, it gets thicker. So you have to work a little quickly.
And you have to find that sweet spot when it's just sticking. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Okay. Now can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can also shade this. You can go in. You can have 2 bowls of different colors of gelatin, and then you can dip. You can double dip 2 colors, and you'll get a beautiful shading. And I'll do another one to show you.
That's just fun. I could do that all day, happily. Put the jelly on and just keep dipping, double dipping, whatever.
Just keep dipping, but it's very important to find that sweet spot, like you said, where just look at that.
So if you feel it's getting too thick, you just put it back on the hob again and keep it at that temperature. Perfect.
आप इसको बार-बार melt करके use कर सकते हैं. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, absolutely gorgeous. And the effect of all of them together, even better.
This has to dry at least overnight. Okay? आपको इसको overnight dry करना पड़ेगा. depending on where you're staying, if it's like where I am today, I wish I could show you the other side of how it's raining and pouring. So if, if it's a really humid place where you're staying, this will take overnight. Otherwise, in a few hours, you'll be ready to assemble. So, agar aap ye dekhenge, there are few petals, there'll be little spots, your thick spots. These are fine, absolutely fine, because when you're arranging the flower, it'll be like a shading. So there's no problem at all. And if you see a real flower, it's not flawless, right? So if you see here, इसमें थोड़ा ऊपर एक thick part है, इसमें एक side में एक thick part है, if you can see here. So ये सब, this is absolutely fine, don't worry. But like any edible flower, अगर आप पहले edible flowers बना चुके हो, buckets बना चुके हो, या wafer paper के बना चुके हो, always the golden rule is have extra petals. Okay, take 4-5 extra petals you have to make, because you know something happens if the stairs or if the breaks or if the swirls, you need extra petals, and last minute you can't keep making because you need time to dry. Okay, so I think this is clear how to make the petals. Even the leaves, same thing. Obviously, you need green color gel. You just go dip it in your green color and you'll get leaves to make. Okay, so I've made some petals because I didn't want to bore you guys, no matter how therapeutic it is to watch. I've made some petals last night, and these have been drying for about 12 hours now.
Oh, look. Oh, this is the exciting bit.
Yeah. So I've made different shapes so that you guys can get an idea, and different thicknesses. This is dipped twice. This is dipped, once. Some are dipped twice. So I didn't want to make it consistent on purpose, because I just wanted to show you different ways and different ways to get shading on your cake. Also, one more thing I forgot to mention: while your gelatin is a little dry, you can, not now, after maybe about half an hour, because now it's too wet, you can shape your petals. You can slightly bend this. Can you see how I've shaped
Yes.
this? Yeah, so you can shape it so that you give a little more movement to your flower, and so that you don't have like a flat petal flower. So, you can get beautiful inward curled petals, outward curled petals. So this is what also you can do. The arranging of the flower is just like any other edible flower. The same way you arrange your dumpling flower, you arrange your wafer paper.
Mark my words, I'm telling you, this is going to be big next year. Trendsetter, Maaria.
Yes.
Maaria, we've had our beautiful gelatin flowers. We're going to use it in a different way now, aren't we? Gelatin cakes.
Yes, absolutely, Rose. So again, we are back using this super fabulous vegetarian gelatin product by Bakersville.
Does it say that? Maaria, does it say super fabulous?
No,
I think Bakersville, if you're watching, we want it to next time say super fabulous.
Yeah. So I'm just mind blown away by how lovely this product is. So that's why I keep adding that adjective to it. So anyway, so I have a nice tall 6-inch cake frosted, and I frosted it with white chocolate ganache. Now for this design which we're doing, बहुत ज़रूरी है. It's very important कि आपके sides are nice and straight, and there are no bulges or it's not up and down. So आपका cake बिल्कुल अच्छे से ganache होना चाहिए. Yes, I only recommend white chocolate ganache or dark chocolate ganache. Whipped cream पे बिल्कुल नहीं कर सकते ये design जो हम बता रहे हैं. Buttercream, little tricky, but I would again suggest only ganache. Design what we are making has like a little groove here, and ये जरूरी नहीं है कि यही design आपको बनाना है जो मैं अभी दिखा रही हूँ. आप ये technique किसी पे भी यूज कर सकते हैं. कोई भी किसी भी तरह का carving करके आप इसको यूज कर सकते हैं. So I'm just taking a sharp knife and
no, I can't bear it. You know, everybody sat at home going, beautiful sharp edges. They're sexy sharp edges. And now she's cutting it to pieces.
Yeah, that's the fate of every cake, right? No matter how beautiful it is.
This is making my heart hurt. It had better be worth it.
Yeah, it will be, don't worry. So I'm just इसको एक पोर्शन से मैं धीरे से कट कर रही हूँ. Be careful, आपको आपका दूसरा the other part of the cake को आपको damage नहीं करना है. तो हल्के से आपको ये निकाल लेना है. तो आपको जितना डीप आपको कार्व चाहिए आप उतना डीप बना दीजिए. So you can see मैंने थोड़ा डीप किया है बिकॉज मेरे को डेकोरेशन अच्छे से इधर दिखना है. तो इसके बाद में I have some white chocolate ganache here. तो ये डिजाइन जो मैं कर रही हूँ ये केक का मैंने इंस्टाग्राम पे एक अकाउंट पे देखा है. आई थिंक शी इज अ रशियन आर्टिस्ट. fabulous work. मैं unfortunately I'm not able to pronounce her name, so we will put it in the description box के ये कहाँ से हमने inspiration लिया है इस केक का. Because absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to try to recreate the same look with the vegetarian gelatin, because जो उन्होंने use किया है I'm sure it is like a sheep gelatin or something. I'm not sure, she's not mentioned it, but हम ये look जितना हमसे हो सका हम लोग vegetarian ये Purex Bakersville के gelatin से हम लोग इसको will try to achieve that look. तो मैं एक crumb coat कर रही हूँ अभी. तो अगर आप देखेंगे पूरे crumbs बाहर आ गए हैं. So we want to first seal in that crumbs. So I have some white chocolate ganache which I've melted it nicely. So very carefully I'm going to cover the crumbs so that we have a smooth surface to work on. हमारा crumb coat हो चुका है. अभी हम इसको फ्रिज में रखेंगे just for 2 to 3 minutes till it sets, and we'll come back with the second coat. चिल हो रहा है. हम हमारा gelatin का mixture बनाएंगे which we are going to use to give the effect. So again we're using this vegetarian gelatin. So हम लोग 3 cups साफ पानी लेंगे. So make sure the water is nice and good quality water. अगर आपके use drinking water and make sure it's nice and distilled and clear. अगर आपका पानी clear नहीं है तो वो gelatin clear नहीं होगा. Okay? तो हमारा जो design है अगर आप देखेंगे last में all about making it absolutely clear. तो ये थोड़ा मुश्किल है vegetarian gelatin में achieve करना. Impossible नहीं है, मैं बताऊंगी आपको. 3 कप साफ पानी एक पैन में लिया है. इंडक्शन पे रखी हूँ. मेक श्योर इज अ हार्ड बॉटम पैन. और इस पे हम लोग क्वार्टर कप ऑफ कैस्टर शुगर लेंगे. तो ये भी बहुत जरूरी है कि आपका शुगर जो चीनी आप ले रहे हैं वो बहुत गुड क्वालिटी का होना चाहिए. बिकॉज लो क्वालिटी चीनी में इम्प्योरिटीज होती हैं और वो इम्प्योरिटीज आपके जेलेटिन के क्लियरनेस पे अफेक्ट करेगा जो आपको नहीं चाहिए. तो अगर आपको एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर gelatin banana hai to use good quality. I'm using I think Paris brand of castor sugar, तो आप वही use करेगा. Bakersville also has a very nice castor sugar, so आप वो भी use कर सकते हैं. तो हम इस पे गैस ऑन कर दिया है मैंने और इसको मैं बंद कर दूंगी. And I'm going to cook it till the entire sugar is dissolved. So cook it on medium flame and make sure the sugar is completely dissolved. So cake का crumb coat अच्छे से set हो चुका है. Now I'm taking a slightly thicker ganache and I'm kind of giving it the final coat. Okay, so this is, yeah, I'm good, happy with this. So again, this goes into the fridge to chill, and we will go back to our pot here, which is bubbling away. So आप देखेंगे आपकी चीनी completely melt हो गई है. अच्छे से पानी क्लियर हो गया है। इसमें हम दोबारा 1 टीस्पून ऑफ प्योरेक्स वेजिटेरियन जेलेटिन डालेंगे। इसको अच्छे से मिक्स होने देंगे and we're going to let it come to a nice roll boil so that the gelatin is activated. जैसे मैंने आपको पहले बताया है, वेजिटेरियन जेलेटिन जब तक आप उसको अच्छे से पका नहीं लेते तब तक एक्टिवेट नहीं होता। It's not like the animal derived gelatin. आप नॉर्मल जेलेटिन जैसे ब्लूम करके सिर्फ माइक्रोवेव में 2-3 सेकेंड्स रख के उसको मेल्ट करके यूज कर सकते हैं। ये आप ऐसे नहीं यूज कर सकते। You have to cook it and let it come to a nice roll boil so that the gelatin properties, the gelatinous properties are activated. Okay, तो मैं इसको अच्छे से मिक्स कर रही हूँ। Make sure there are no lumps. And it should boil for a full minute so that it's activated. And now this has to cool, okay? Because if you pour this onto the hot cake, you're going to get a mess, okay? So अगर आप देखेंगे gelatin completely dissolve हो चुका है, हमारा पानी भी बिल्कुल clear है, कुछ lumps नहीं है, कुछ dirt नहीं है. If you have a doubt, if you see some dirt particles, you can always strain it, but I think this is fine. So now the trick is to wait for, I think this should take about 5 to 10 minutes. Do not keep this in the fridge in a hurry because it will cool down and it will set, which you don't want. So we're going to wait till then. I'm going to show you the fruits which we have lined up here. So ये design के लिए आप कोई भी fruits ले सकते हैं. We just taken some pomegranate kernels. I've kind of kept them in chunks because that's the look we're going for. Some strawberries. I have some kiwis. I have some dragon fruit. I've just used a steel cutter, cookie cutter, to cut it into nice star shape because why not? I left some wedges because I want the color. And here where I live, we do not get pink dragon fruit. If you do, lucky you, please get that. So basically, we're trying to make the cake as colorful as possible with fruits. So any fruits work, blueberry, raspberries, anything. If you get figs, you can use that. I also have some small wedges of lemon or lime to kind of offset all the red. So our cake is chilled, our ganache is set nicely. So I'm going to take, we need some acetate sheets, any kind of acetate sheets or OHP sheets, whatever you can find, just get that. If you get a long sheet, well and good. I didn't get a long sheet, so I'm just taking 2 sheets. So I'm going to just make sure it fits. Yeah, this is fine. And before we fix this onto the cakes, I want to start assembling the fruits. Okay. So I have some melted white chocolate here. I'm using that to just make sure the fruits stay in place, okay? Because I don't want to use like toothpicks and things like that. So I'm just going to make sure that my fruits are in place. I'm just going to dip them in some white chocolate and place them here so that when I'm pouring the gelatin, they don't move around. Okay, so I finished arranging the fruits. You can do it as however you wish. I'm using my acetate sheet to wrap this cake around. Make sure you're wrapping it very, very tightly. Okay, let's wrap this. And use your sellotape to fasten it. So you have to absolutely make sure that your gelatin is nice and set. So I'm just holding this here.
This is making me nervous. All of that.
Yeah, actually me too. So be gentle when you're pouring. I'm just pouring spoonfuls onto this. Our cake out from the fridge, and it's been there for about 45 minutes. If you wanted to set quicker, you can reduce the water quantity a little bit to 2.5 cups. Since we did 3 cups, so play around with the quantity. 2.5 to 2 cups should also be okay. So let's just tear out the wrapper carefully. Be a little gentle, take your time, especially where the gelatin part is. Okay, there you go. So I think it looks really beautiful, and you know, you can see everything inside. So now we are going to touch up this part of the cake. Okay, now this part is not looking too appealing. So what we're going to do is, I have some white chocolate ganache, the remaining ganache which I have just colored. You can also do like a wrap of fondant if that's the look you're going for. Just a very thin layer to smoothen out and to just give a pop of paper to smoothen this out and take off the excess. And I think we're done. So there you go. Okay, and it's ready.
So thank you, Maaria. Thank you so much for all the gelatin, the gelatin flowers, the gelatin cake, and all those techniques that we can use for our cake